Kia ora, I'm Mary Jo, Kiwibank Economist. So with the exception of a few travel bubbles here and there, our country's been largely closed off from the rest of the world since March 2020. Only New Zealand citizens have been allowed to enter, and only via managed isolation. But 2 years later, and all this is changing. Already, New Zealanders from anywhere in the world can return home without the need to enter managed isolation. And from April 12, vaccinated travellers from across the Tasman can do the same. From May, our country will reopen to visa waiver countries like the US and the UK, and by October, our border will be fully reopened to all visa categories. Now, this phased reopening of our border is certainly welcome news for our tourism and education sectors, and especially because this reopening to Australia comes 3 months ahead of schedule. Now, there's no doubt that the net migration numbers will be keenly watched over the next few months, and we currently expect more people to leave New Zealand than arrive this year. And that's mainly because there's a lot of pent-up demand, especially among younger New Zealanders, to finally go off and do their OEs, or for others to return to their overseas careers. And the decision to leave has been made easier, now knowing that they can return home without the need to enter managed isolation first. Now, on the other side of the equation, long-term arrival numbers will be likely held back by the gradual reopening of our border. Before COVID, most arrivals came from non-visa waiver countries, with the top 3 being China, India, and South Africa. But our border isn't expected to reopen to these countries until October, so in the meantime, there'll be relatively fewer arrivals and departures this year. And we think annual net migration outflows could reach around 20,000 by the end of this year. But from the December quarter onwards, we expect long-term arrival numbers to meaningfully pick up. Next year should see annual net migration return to an average of around 30,000. That's it from me this week. Talk to you in the next one.